15 minutes of heat for your ass right here on 560 WQAM. Your Miami Heat victorious last night against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Smoked them yesterday. Just whooped their ass up and down that court. Fantastic night last night from Bam Adebayo, from Jimmy Butler. What a concept. Because that's what you need, man. Like yesterday, you get the news. No Jaime Jaquez, which he's been dealing with a knee and an ankle. Maybe has dealt with some of his struggles lately because he has not looked like himself. Caleb Martin has also been playing through some stuff. Tyler Hero, we don't know when the hell he's going to be back. He got an injection on his foot, so we have no idea. He's not even on the bench. I did see Duncan Robinson's dealing with a back injury. Kevin Love. I mean, the whole shooting has been depleted, Marcos. No shooting to speak of whatsoever. Patty Mills, up until yesterday's third quarter, I mean, he had not hit a three to save his life. So, they needed their two best players to take this game by the horns and lead them. And thankfully, that's what they got. You got a Jimmy Butler who was ferociously aggressive in the first half of this game, getting to the free throw line like crazy. And that's what you need from a Jimmy Butler. There's been a lot of talk. Oh, did Jimmy Butler, have the refs figured him out? Have they called Jimmy Butler's superpower out of the game because they're letting stuff go? And I just had a hard time believing that, Marcos, because he's not a flopper. He's not a flailer. He does not resort to, as Eric Spoelstra says, trickery. All right? This man likes to run into people, and we'll see if they can defend him cleanly. Typically, they cannot. And now you have seen a Jimmy Butler who yesterday got 9 free throw attempts in the first quarter, which obviously impacted a lot of how the offense was able to go because this Cavaliers team, it was so happy to get Evan Mobley back, they couldn't keep it clean. Darius Garland yesterday had 4 fouls in the first half of the game. Now, on top of that, Bam Adebayo. First of all, couple things with this guy because I was on vacation during the Revolution. And I don't know if you guys have known about the Revolution, but the Revolution is here, Marcos.
Is it? What revolution are you referring to, sir?
It's the 3-point revolution. Bam Adebayo shoots the 3 now.
Wow.
And quite frankly, has been awesome at it over the last few games. Now, I missed yesterday.
Yeah.
But shoot or shoot. And I like the fact we got to have it in the arsenal. All right. In the old repertoire, we need Bam Adebayo to be out there taking some threes. And now all of a sudden, we've been asking for it. We've been clamoring for it.
Yep.
And Bam was asked about this after the game yesterday. Do you have this clip, Marcos? So Bam yesterday was asked about, hey, big fella. I don't know if they called him that. What's the deal with you shooting threes all of a sudden? Because it's been very notable. He got to, I think it was the Denver game where he just made a 3. And then he just went 5 straight games with an injury game where he had he called it a maintenance game against the Cavs on the road. But he has just been throwing up the threes. Yeah, it was like he's been dealing with like a back hip thing. Yeah. Man. So he's just been shooting these threes. Even against the Pels, took 2. He missed one from the top, but hit one in the corner. I mean, that Jimmy to Bam. I've been waiting to see that, Marcos. I've been waiting to see the Bam Adebayo get to this point where he's starting to let it rip from 3-point land. Look, I'm not saying I want him to be out here like Cat. I don't want him taking like 6 3-pointers a game. That's silly sauce, okay? But every once in a while, keep the D a little honest, okay? He's going to be in that mode where he's bringing the ball up the court. He's probably going to make an awesome pass. I mean, he had one of the sickest plays I've seen all season yesterday where he just snatches the ball out of the sky and like perfect pass down the court to Jovic.
How many players do that, dude? How many players defensively are good enough to snatch the ball?
I don't know.
And then also good enough to throw that pass?
I don't know. Not many, if any. Not many, if any, Marcos. He's special. He's a special player. He's been a special player. And now he shoots threes. So yesterday he was asked about this after the game. And Bam had a pretty simple response to why all of a sudden he is a sniper.
Because of your threes, is that something that you specifically kind of working at it at the moment, or is it just coming up naturally that you're starting?
I woke up one day and just felt like shooting threes. Not even gonna lie. I just woke up one day. I was like, I'm gonna shoot 3 today.
I like it. You know, they say a lot of the great artists are inspired during sleep. And, you know, he probably was having a dream where he was just nailing shot after shot. And if you remember, Marcos, you know, as yesterday is the day of Chris Bosh's birth, where he turned 40.
Yes.
And it was about this time and age where Chris Bosh was adding the old 3-point shot to his repertoire. So, you know, we maybe, I don't know. People may be like, is this a little bit of a regular season boredom thing? You know, things are a little ugly right now. They don't have shooters, first of all. They don't have any of their shooters. They don't have Kevin Love. And so it's a little bit of a wonky time right now for the Miami Heat. Yeah, maybe. But sometimes the wonkiest times call for the greatest art. And now all of a sudden we are seeing him paint a canvas with a long brush.
Well, I got a question for you, sir. While you were gone, you know, I was kind enough while leaving the ship, because, you know, your boy, to interview some heavy hitters. All right. Brady Hawk and Tommy Tige, both really
two greats,
tied into the Miami Heat. They both said the same thing, though, that this is going to disappear in the playoffs. Is this going to disappear in the playoffs?
I don't know. Well, here's the thing. It's not like we're saying that he's going to throw up a ton. Even Jimmy in the playoffs doesn't throw up a ton of he throws down more. So is it really that crazy to say, hey, bam, instead of one mid-range shot, you're throwing in one 3-point shot? Is it crazy? And then maybe one game he's feeling it. So I don't agree with that. I think that Bam is getting into a point where he's confident. You know, you don't know until you know. And you just put it in your back pocket. Like Chris Bosh, when he unveiled, he had that game against the Hawks, or it was triple overtime. Just put that in the back of your head. That he gets hurts the abdominal muscle. He's not banging as much. And so what happens in the Celtics series? Well, boom, all of a sudden the 3-point shot's there, and it becomes a bigger weapon for him. So you don't know until you know. And I just think that the idea that Bam Adebayo, all of a sudden it's going to go away, I don't know. He's got the ball in his hands a lot. And when he operates in that space where he's trying to facilitate the offense, I don't think it's crazy for him to throw it up every now and then. We've been waiting. 26 years old. This might be the time. A little easier on the body every now and then. You throw up a couple threes. I'm all for it. I don't know if it's going to disappear.
Can you imagine Duncan Robinson and him on that give and go with him being a 3-point threat?
That's the next evolution, is it not? You know?
Wow. A boy can dream.
A boy can dream. Now, let's hear Jason Jackson last night. This was the call. Bam Adebayo, sickest play of the night. Do you have this? You're giving me a look like you don't have this. Did you not?
I do not have it. I apologize. No, I was getting the Bam thing, and I'm a failure. So there's that. But if you give me 37 seconds.
Leading the ship, he says.
There you go. You know, back in the back.
Leading the ship. You know what? Don't worry about it. But
all right.
Yesterday, it was a big day because Patty Mills hit some threes. Okay. And we've been waiting. Do you have Patty Mills and the greatest thing that's ever been produced for our show? Do you have him saying that?
Indeed.
All right. Well, you get that. Yesterday, who doesn't love an accent? And I've been part of, people always say, hey, Tobin, you like accents too much. And I would say, define too much.
Who has said that?
People, you just like that person because Bob sounds cool in Russian, and you like Gogi because he sounds like that in Slovenian, and you just like Patty Mills because he's got a great Australian accent. And while I can't deny what you're saying, also, who doesn't love a good accent? And so yesterday, the Heat, they posted from their locker room, Marcos.
Yes.
The celebration, the breakdown, if you will, which is, 1, 2, 3, Heat, 1, 2, 3, family, 1, 2, 3, win. Whatever. We saw this last year with Kevin Love. Lead us, Kevin. Kevin Love would bring us.
Lead us. Yeah, I remember that one. That was good.
Well, it was Patty Mills' turn yesterday.
Already? Nice.
Patty, we just want to hear you say whatever. Bring us in. There you go. You got to listen up. Culture on 3. 1, 2, 3. Culture.
What?
He posted a video. Hey, Patty, do the Australian thing, man.
I had no idea he was saying culture until after. I thought he was saying like coach something. And I was like, oh, okay, he's honoring a coach. Coacha.
What? Coucha.
Coacha. Like I was like,
Coacha.
Coach who? Please
Man.
spit it out.
Man, I love people from Australia, man, except for Tim Watts.
Yeah.
Do you have what Patty Mills has done for our show?
Indeed.
No -1 here. G'day, everyone. I'm Patty Mills of your Miami Heat. You're listening to Tobin and Leroy on the home of your favorite basketball team, AM 560 Sports, WQAM, FM 99.9 HD2, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Oh,
Hate
man,
Steve.
I love that guy. I feel so bad about Mother leaving him under my breath for every 3 he missed.
Yeah, you were pretty critical of his start, but in your defense, it was a very slow, very slow start.
He wasn't even close in the Pelicans game.
It's true. For a second, I'm not gonna lie, I did think, oh, this man is a spy. He is now years later attempting to torment the Heat from the inside out.
He had he had some great plays yesterday. He hit 3, and then probably his best play was that steal that he had to lead to the Jimmy dunk. He was awesome yesterday. Arguably, honestly, the guy who had the best game out of everybody yesterday was Haywood Highsmith. He was awesome. So great win by the Heat yesterday. That removed some of the stink from that Pelicans game where I got stuck in ultra traffic. Discussed all that in the first hour of the program. If you guys want to hear all the things that went down there, but we must take a break and hand the reins over to Frog Boy. His game bums and game balls. That's next.